Yo, yo, it's your boy Bug, the worst artist, a really bad artist with an iPad. And I heard you got a new iPad for Christmas. You like to draw too. Congrats. You got one of the best things that you could possibly get to be a digital artist. I want to guide you a bit. The first thing that you should be doing when you get your brand new iPad and you have your Apple Pencil is to get this app right here, which is called Procreate. Now, this app is one of many that you will find in the App Store. I believe it goes for around $9.99. Of course, there's Photoshop, Illustrator, Art Set, Concept, Sketchbook, Inspire, Painter. There's more. I can't think of them. I have a ton on my iPad now, currently. But I always come back to Procreate. And I guess the reason why is it's just so simple and it just works. And that's why I love iPads. That's why I love Apple products. They're simple and they just work. Don't let anyone tell you that your iPad was a bad investment. But that's besides the point. I want to talk about why you should have this app. You can animate, they have drawing guides. Now you can even paint on 3D objects. The reference system is pretty good. To me, it has one of the best color pickers, especially because you can float it. You have palettes. You can pick your colors like this. It has the complementary, and even breaking it down like this, kind of like the hex. I'm saying kind of like the hex, that is the hex. But yeah, this app is wonderful. Layers are super easy to manage, you know. And this app doesn't really tell you much about how to use it. You just kind of figure it out. That's why there's so many tutorial videos. But yeah. There's some really cool resources, literally, and resources on the Procreate website where you can find a lot of free brushes that other artists have posted. And I've gone in there and downloaded a couple of brushes here and there. And I am super pleased with some of the brushes that I was able to find and tweak for myself. I think at some point I'm gonna post up a little brush pack just of the stuff that I like to use that I think are pretty reliable go-to brushes for blending and even erasing. And brushes are important because you get to use a different brush for your smudge, your eraser, and your actual brush. And all that's found in the top right. Now, you can also easily select. So just like that, this is selected. Or you can use this one and freehand select and kind of just do whatever you want there, you know? It's cool. In adjustments, you have cool things like chromatic aberration, which kind of lets you, let's see, there you go. Kind of do cool things with it. You can displace and do things like this. Procreate is a powerhouse. And I think one of the reasons why I like it the most is after you pay that $10, all future updates to Procreate are free. And I feel like you can't beat that. If you don't have the money to spend $30 or $50 on the Adobe Creative Cloud so you can use Fresco or Photoshop, this is your best bet. And don't get it twisted. Fresco in particular is really good with their live brushes. Procreate doesn't really have any live brushes. That's the one downfall. But with the updates that they drop every year, it's only a matter of time. And I also have to be fair again. On iPad, Adobe has this pack where you get Photoshop, Fresco, and Illustrator for, I want to say, $15 a month. And that's not bad. Of course, you're only getting the iPad versions of those apps, but I mean, if your iPad is the primary way you're going to be drawing, then it's perfect. And I had that for a while, but I realized I wasn't using Fresco enough. I use another app for my real looking paint, and that's going to be Art Set 4. It's another app that you pay once and you're good, but they don't update as much as Procreate does. But their real paintbrushes, such as their oil and their watercolor, are just really great. And I feel like that app is slept on. I'm going to make a video about that in the future as well. But here I am, just drawing something random. I've been feeling really creative lately, and I do everything here in Procreate for the most part. I will kind of show you the gallery, but I'm going to save that for another video because I don't really want to show anything yet. I have to make sure my gallery is pretty organized. I've been working on some things that I want to keep under wraps for now. But this is just a little piece, little mercenary for the new year. I've been drawing for years, and I know digital art can be hard for some people who have just gotten over to doing this, and you might have been used to traditional art. And that's where I started. But in 2015, I made a hard shift into doing things digitally because I love technology. I've always loved technology. So the fact that I can slim down my bag, because back in the day, I used to always carry a backpack, and I still do. But it's a little different now. It's more like a chest, like a tactical chest bag that, you know, it doesn't have much in it, but one of the main things in it is this iPad right here. By the way, I use a 2020 iPad Pro, the 11-inch, because I know a lot of people like the 12, but for me, the compact size is important because I want to be able to bring it anywhere. And of course, you can bring the 12 anywhere, but if it's just way bigger, like it's noticeably bigger. And of course, the screen real estate is great, but you know, it's preference. But I've been doing digital art since 2015, and I love it. I still do. I still do a lot of traditional stuff. Like I can't. There's nothing that compares to actually sculpting with real clay. Although there's an app called Nomad Sculpt that, you know, I really like. It took a while for that iPad to get a really good 3D sculpting app. There was a couple of other ones like Forger, and then I forgot this other one I used to use, but Nomad is the king, but it just does not compare to actually having the clay and the clay tools in your hand and actually sculpting. Here I am on a tangent, but and I don't even know what I'm doing here as far as this coloring. Just kind of messing around. That's the one thing super cool about digital art, especially if you're new. Nothing's permanent. Just make sure that you keep your work non-destructive. Right now, this is not so non-destructive. I'm doing it all on one layer. But of course, you can do as many layers as you want. Not unlimited, but it depends on the resolution of the image that you're painting or the image that you're creating. But yeah, hopefully you enjoy your brand new iPad. And I would hope that you will come visit me sometime and see what I'm up to. Because I draw every day. And that's one thing that I would recommend for you as well. If you love art, if you love to create, do it every day. Every single day. I mean, there are days that I miss, and that's just because of life. But I always come back. I don't go more than 2 days without whipping this thing out and drawing. And it's so easy, you know? You don't need a million tools, you know? Oh, I was talking about that as well. Sorry. I often get off topic when talking about shit. But yeah, I used to carry around a backpack with a sketchbook and a bunch of markers and some pencils, some erasers and everything. And I don't have to carry any of that anymore. And that to me is priceless. And there's nothing wrong with carrying that if you do, because you need stuff when you're making traditional art on paper. But now that you have your new iPad, you don't need that. All you need is this. And that to me is priceless, especially for someone who likes to draw a lot. You'd be surprised the amount of work that you'll be able to get done if you actually focus in on your iPad. I like to I like to kind of keep certain apps on my phone only because I do also have an iPhone. Some apps strictly are on my phone and some are here on the iPad. And that helps me kind of focus in. That's what helps me avoid being distracted when I want to really zone in on the art. But yeah, I guess that's it for this video. Nothing super long. I'm not really, I can't say I'm an expert. I just know how to draw in my own way. And I know how to use the things that I like to use. And I would be happy to give tips or any guidance or any knowledge that I may have about this. I've been drawing on an iPad since 2018. I had the first iPad Pro that came out. Same size, it was like a 10.5. And I loved it. But what made me upgrade to this one was the fact that the pencil the pencil just magnetizes to the top. And of course, I have the magic keyboard as well because I do some work on this thing. I thought that was such a great innovation to what they had already created because The original Apple Pencil, the first one, man, I could draw until that thing died, and then I always hated having to charge it. This pencil, on the other hand, is always charged. I never draw through the whole battery, and then by the time I pick it up again, it's ready to go. That made things so much easier for me. It made things so much better. And the only reason why I didn't upgrade to the next iPad, the new one that came out, the 2021, is because all it really got was a better camera, the M1 processor, and that's it. Nothing. Oh, and 5G. Can't forget about the 5G. But yeah, I just felt like that wasn't enough to make me upgrade. I hope you guys have a great week. I hope you guys had a great New Year, great Christmas, and hopefully you're going to have a great 2022. With that being said, it's your boy Bug, bad artist with iPad. And I'll talk to you guys later. All right? Peace.